Hey guys and gals, welcome to my YouTube channel. Hi, I'm Vinny and I'll be your host. This channel is called BNSF 6951 or Vinny Vid Productions. If you guys are interested in model railroad train layouts, model railroad train operations and run sessions, rail fanning, kit builds, scratch builds, tips, tricks, and techniques, please consider to hit that subscribe button down there. And after you hit that subscribe button, please feel free to hit that bell. That'll give you notifications when I do a live stream or I do a video upload. And after you get done with all of that, it would be nice if you go ahead and hit that thumbs up because that'll help my analytics. With all that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video, so let's get on with it. Be back in a few minutes. Bye for now. This Vinny Vid production brought to you by Yankee Dabbler. For all your model railroad needs, check out Yankee Dabbler. Don't forget, 7% discount with BNSF 6951. And by Highways and Byways, awesome street graphics for your roads and streets on your model railroad layout. If you guys are looking for sophisticated model railroad electronics, Logic Rail Technologies has what you need. For a 5% discount on certain items, use code BNSF 6951. Alright guys, now it's time for the next step on your layout. Trees. I have been dealing with Bob for 7 years now and he does excellent work on his trees. So if you need some trees on your layout, check out Long Shadow's Trees. Tell him the cuz sent you. Alright guys, this is my answer to Jason, the Train Freak's challenge of doing a switching operation. So for today on August 31st, this is going to be the Phoenix local, and it's going to be switching out the lumberyards. I forgot to put that in there, but it's going to be switching out the lumberyards. We're going to pick up and deliver at Hootig Building Supplies and Builders Express. Power for today is going to be two SD40s, 6792 and 7036. And yes, these are the same two locomotives I've been running. I've been breaking them in. Get them nice and broken in to work on my layout. Anyhow, at Hootig we're going to pick up a boxcar, and a bulkhead flat. And from Builders Express we're going to pick up two bulkhead flats and a boxcar. So there'll be 6 cars we're going to pick up, and then we're going to bring these cars to the overflow yard. As you can see here, we're going to bring them in on track 2. Now, we're going to deliver to Hootig. We're going to deliver a bulkhead flat, Burlington Northern, bulkhead flat, Burlington Northern, boxcar, Ontario Northland, and a boxcar BN. And over here for Builders Express, we got center beam, and a center beam. Those are all going to Builder's Choice. So with all that being said, let's get this show on the road. Alright guys, we catch our power coming in from Mobis Yard, and it's going to switch over into the siding to start doing his work at the Mama facilities in Central Phoenix. I did have some problems in this area, but I did take care of it. But the second part of this video was a total disaster. So I had to cut a lot of stuff out. Anyhow, we're heading into Builders Express right now. We're going to empty out the cars that I told you in the beginning of the video of what cars we're going to take out. And then we're going to put those cars on a siding. And the biggest problem I had in this video was actually coupling and uncoupling. The couplers on these two locomotives are so close to the pilot, I can't even get the tool in there to uncouple. So I'm going to have to replace those couplers with some micro chains. I tell you, I am very disappointed in spending as much money for these locomotives that they cost, and they put these cheap ass couplers on them. But anyhow, we'll continue on with this video. I will do some more ranting later on. Now we're going to drop these cars off here at the siding. Then we're going to do a couple of maneuvers to get into Hootig, pick up the cars that we need to pick up in there. Now this siding is not really big enough everything to fit, so we have to do some extra maneuvers. Now you can see right there I was having a problem getting it uncoupled. I finally had to use an 050 helper to get that uncoupled. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you like what's going on. Also hit that bell for future notifications. Anyhow, we're going to make our move now. We're going to go past the consist that we need to move. Oops, sorry about that. We're going to go past what we just dropped off down to the other end of the layout and do a crossover so we can get into Hootig. Now these locomotives have not been speed matched. One is just a bit faster than the other, but for purposes that I'm doing today, they work just fine as long as I use the throttle I'm using that has detents in the throttle part of it. You'll see later on what I'm talking about when we get into the rest of this video. Anyhow, as you see, we're crossing over and we're going to start heading into Hootig, building supplies. And from what I understand, these guys do like windows and doors and stuff like that. So they need lots of lumber, and they also get boxcars to ship out their finished products. Now let's see if that hooked up. See, that one hooked up that time. I don't know why. So now we're going to go ahead and do the same crossover, but back into so we can get into a position where we can pick up the rest of the cars here. This part of the video went smooth as silk. But the next part, man, I'll tell you what, I was getting very frustrated doing it. But anyhow, what we're going to do now is wait for clearance so we can use the main line to do some of our switching. And dispatch should give us clearance here in a few seconds, and we should start going. Because we got to do a double crossover here, and we need to use both main lines for that. So apparently we got the authorization to make the move, and we're going to back up now. And first move is going to cross over to main number 1. As you can see right there. There's other ways to do this. I can do this down to the other end, but there are more turnouts for the train to cross over, especially backing up. And you can see here, I actually flipped that turnout just a little too soon. Anyhow, it didn't hurt anything, and the locomotives completed their task. Now we're going to pull forward of those turnouts you see there in front of you, and we're going to do another crossover onto main number 2. Those two bulkhead flats are very light. They were giving me problems as far as staying on the track. I need to figure out a way to put some weight in those guys. Anyhow, here we go making the next move. These locomotives run pretty good at slow speed, even though they're not really programmed. I have not touched any of the low and mid and high voltages. Everything is the way it came out of the box. And that turnout right there is broke. I mean, that ground throw is broken right there, and it's been broken for a while. If you guys watched some of my other videos. Anyhow, now it's totally broken. So I have to hold it there with my finger. Anyhow, we're going to be heading over to the overflow yard right now, and we're going to do whatever work we need to do there. And here's the entrance to the yard lead. There's 2 arrival departure tracks and 4 storage tracks in this yard. And we will be arriving, I think, on track 2. I think that's what the, yeah, it is track 2. Okay. Now, the crew also has some orders to actually spot these cars on track 3 and 4, so they will be doing that as part of their work routine for today. Alright, here we go. We're going to spot these cars on track number 3, I believe. These will be outbounds that will go up north to exchange with the BNSF and the Arizona-California exchange. Now, this is the area I was having some problems with, the turnouts right here. I really was getting annoyed at what was happening because I've never had problems in this area. I know this sounds cliche, but it's the truth. I've never had any problems in this area. And now all of a sudden I'm getting these problems. This part of the job is almost complete. We got to move the other 4 cars, or 3 cars I believe it was, onto the track next to the one we're working on right now. Sorry for being out of frame right here. But like I said in my previous video, doing the video and operating the train is kind of tough for one guy to be doing. So, you know, there's our power again. And we're going to pick up those 3 cars and put them on track 4. It's pretty funny how sometimes couplers work and sometimes the couplers don't work. Like, I didn't touch those couplers. Same locomotive, same way, same numbers in the way they were when I started. And all of a sudden they work. It's unbelievable. Try and make everything at scale speed, so if it sounds kind of boring to you, this is the way it really is in life. You know, they don't really speed through the yard. They do 2, 3, 4, 5 miles an hour, 10 miles an hour max. And I try to maintain that as far as doing my run videos and my op videos. Now up to this point, everything was working pretty smooth except for the coupling issue. But because of the coupling issue, I decided to go with different power. As you can see that right now, another SD40, but this one I should have been using the master control, because the throttle I'm using right now, the knob that adjusts the speed does not have any detents on it, and the slightest little touch will change the speed on the locomotive. And it doesn't have any momentum hooked up on it, so it's like, you know, I should have been using the throttle you see sitting on the side of the fascia there. Now look how hard it's going to be for me to couple these guys up. I mean, I actually had to slam them together. I tried and tried and tried and just would not hook up. Tried to jiggle it a little bit, nothing. And there we go. But watch what happens next. Oopsie. See what I mean? Now watch how hard I have to put this together to get it to couple up. I actually slam it. I can see broken knuckles on that one. You know, these are the cars that are going to be going back to the industries that we just unloaded. These center beams here will be going to Builders Express. And then the rest of the cars that we pick up will be going to Hootig. Now, unfortunately, the cars I originally wanted to use to do Hootig, which you guys saw at the beginning of this video, they were giving me problems. And the 2 center beams that had loads in them, they have been giving me problems forever. So I decided just to take them out of the contest and forget it. So what we're doing now is we're actually shoving all our cars back to position them and get them ready to load into the industries. And there's several ways I could do this. I could run this train all the way out into train room number 2 and come back and blah blah, do the switching, blah blah. But I decided to do it this way because it's a little bit faster and easier for me to do while I'm doing a one-man show. Now here we're going to do a runaround so we can pick up some of the cars. I believe. Let me watch the video a little longer. We're going to uncouple the cars right now, and we're going to take the box cars that I replaced in order to do the rest of this video. We're going to take those box cars and do a couple of maneuvers to get them into Hootig. Like I mentioned earlier, they do have box cars that go in there for a finished product. Now I could have done this move taking the entire train into room number 2 and doing the crossover with the entire train, but I decided to just do the first 3 cars because I just thought it would be easiest for me to do it this way. All the hesitations you see because I'm hitting the throttle too hard or too little, and so it's making everything jump around. If I was using the other throttle, it would be a lot smoother because the other throttle has detents in the throttle knob. Now those are my oldest turnouts on the layout. Those are Atlas turnouts number 7s. And I've had no issues with those turnouts since I've installed them into this layout. So we'll take our cars and leave them there, and we will do another run around, I think. Yes, we're going to do another run around here. And we're going to get on the back side of the box cars so we can shove them into Hootig. But other than the few incidents I had in the swap from bringing them in to bringing them out, that was the only issues I really had. Other than that, everything seems to be working okay. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm able to work on do switching on my layout, which is really cool. And hopefully, when I get my visitors here next month and the month after, this will still work as good as it's working right now. See what I mean about stopping like that? I'm trying to get a real slow speed for the couple, and because I'm using that throttle that doesn't have any detents, it just either goes or don't go. Anyhow, we're entering the spur for Hootig, and we'll drop them off, and then we'll come back and get the center beams and do a couple more crossovers and shove them into Builders Express. That locomotive actually runs a lot better with the other throttle. One of these days I'll do a video just on that. And I actually took the sister locomotive off because I thought they were giving me problems. But apparently it was the couplers more than anything else giving me problems. So now we need to do all these crossovers back over onto the train on main number 2 so we can pick up our cars. You can see I'm going a little faster now because I was getting frustrated about all the stuff that was not happening the way it was supposed to happen. Anyhow, we're going to go ahead and hook up to these guys. And I don't think we hooked up. I think we're going to do another smash and hook. There you go. Now we're going to do the same thing in reverse. We're going to do the same crossovers back onto that little siding and then shove these into Builder's Express. What I need to do is, when I'm in this room doing switching, is to put a camera in the other room with a small monitor so I can see if there's anything on the track in front of me. That's why I didn't do the entire train going through there, because I don't remember if I parked anything on the track, but the train is on right now. So rather be safe than sorry. Alright, that's the first crossover. And here comes the second crossover. Alright, now with all our crossovers done, we'll pull them to the side and just shove it straight into Builder's Express. I hope you guys and gals enjoyed this video. And Jason, I hope you were satisfied with this challenge. I enjoyed doing it, even though I had some problems. But anyhow, as always, your questions, comments, inputs, subs, shares, and likes are always welcome. For now, that's all, folks. BNSF 6951 out.